This was a want, not a need. I already had a good sofa, but I was curious about this extra wide modular sofa from Mercer 41. I honestly miss having an air mattress in the living room, but it didn't allow me to comfortably sit in my own living space. And my sofa's ideal for sitting, but not falling asleep. But a 35-inch seating area is right in the middle. The design is unconventional, and the upholstery is questionable. But I can't help but wonder if this is exactly the sofa we've been looking for. I'm just going to tell you right now, do not buy this sofa unless you are completely done being productive. We already had a great sofa. It was perfect for my tiny apartment. But when we got it, it was to replace the air mattress that we had in the living room. And at the time, I wanted to have something that felt a little bit more permanent. Like, we had moved around a bunch and I was like, you know what? It's time to settle in. Let's get a real couch. Did it. Loved it. It was great. Had a blast. TV, movies, laying down, laughing, all the things. But while it was comfortable to sleep on, staying there all night with my son, not the best idea. So when Wayfair gave me the opportunity to check this thing out, I absolutely had to jump on it. And this is it. But this is my 100% unbiased opinion. We're going to talk about all of it, the good and the bad. And I think it's only fair that we start with the bad. If you had told a younger me that I'd be a 40-year-old single dad with a fur sofa, I'd be embarrassed. This is not what I would have imagined. But this thing's been subverting expectations since it arrived. The cushions are pretty firm, but the soft fur just pulls you in. That contrast feels amazing on your skin. And those deep seats just beg you to lean back. You sit down to check your phone, next thing you know, you're completely sprawled out watching TV. It's honestly hard to just sit down, but there's a few more things you might want to know. Now, we are in Atlanta, which is relevant because I think that affected how quickly this sofa arrived. I ordered it on a Sunday and I had it by Wednesday. Showed up in 3 different boxes and they were very easy to assemble. They were labeled A, B, and C. There were not instructions, but at the same time, this is probably one of the easiest to put together items I have ever gotten from Wayfair. In fact, I think we put this thing together during halftime of a basketball game, which is about 20 minutes. So this sofa is white, and you don't realize you've never actually seen a white sofa until you do, because I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of ugly. I wish there were more options in terms of color. It came in black, gray, and white. I wish it was a beige or a tan, but this is bleach white. But fortunately, my son is at the age where he's a little bit better in terms of spills and crumbs. We're definitely not eating on this thing. I would plan to be very careful if you get this thing in the white color. The other thing I'm kind of worried about is like sweat. I mean, your body is naturally gonna produce sweat, especially on like this faux fur. So that could be a problem if you get too hot. So I'm definitely monitoring it, but you know, we've had it for a little over a month. It's still pretty clean. I haven't seen anything major, but over time, that could become a concern. Just being able to keep it clean is probably going to be difficult long term. I was definitely hesitant to get something in such a light color, but one, we really don't sit out here that much. The other thing is I'm definitely going to try to keep it covered with blankets, pillows, or maybe one of those sofa covers. At the end of the day, there's definitely way more options to dress up a white sofa than it is a dark one, but at the same time, you got to be careful. Now, if you're like me, one of the things that drew you to the sofa was the seating area. My last sofa was 24 inches from front to back. This one is 35, which is insane. These are the only cushions that actually come with this sofa. So if you don't have any additional pillows, there is a huge chasm between the back of this sofa and the front. Like, check this out. If I want to bend my knees, this is where I have to sit. And don't laugh, but this is what it would look like if I had my back completely up against the back of the sofa. Insane. So if you're planning on getting this thing, I highly suggest you plan on getting some pillows. Otherwise, you're never going to be able to lean back comfortably. But here's what you actually want to know. How much room do you have to cuddle? Fortunately, I have a growing child who is going to help us to demonstrate. Sunny Sun, the people need to see how big the sofa actually is. He don't know how much he weighs. I feel like you got to be at least 100 pounds. Yeah, I feel like it's a little more than that. I can't carry him anymore. I'm a grown man. I'm 6 feet tall. I can completely fit inside of this sofa, and we can sleep like this. Depends on what your vibe is. I mean, you one of these?
Or are you one of these?
Big spoon, little spoon. We got you covered.
Or are you one of these?
He's one of those. Now, the back of the sofa, as well as the armrest, is actually pretty thin. So you're definitely not going to be resting any remotes here. And I also highly suggest you never sit on this thing because I don't know if it can stand up to the pressure of a full adult sitting down here. But that does remind me, one of the issues that I had with this sofa was that this bracket was actually upside down on one of the armrests. So you see how this slides up? There's brackets right here that these two pieces of metal slide into. Well, for some reason, when I received the sofa, these were actually upside down, or these were actually reversed. These were here and those were here. So instead of sliding it down, I had to lift it up, which meant if I put any pressure on the armrest, it would push it outside of this mounting bracket. I don't know how that happened, but fortunately one side was correct, so it was easy to tell what was wrong, but it could definitely trip you up. And for the first day, this was on completely incorrectly. That is my new sofa. I absolutely love this thing. I highly recommend it, but it's a different kind of sofa, right? It's a little bit impractical. The fur might be a little bit much, but if you like to lounge, this is the sofa for you. So if you're interested in this faux rabbit fur upholstered sofa from Mercer 41 tongue twister, click the link in the description below. It'll help out the channel. And if you want to follow the life of a 40-year-old single dad, click subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.